What's up, leaders? Scott Matthew here from NIXYOURLIMITS.com, and today I want to talk to you about August. I want to talk to you about why August is the most important month of the year for every single one of you students out there, every single one of you who are looking to get your education, propel yourself into the world, and help yourself accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever that job title is that you're seeking, that career path that you're pursuing. The month of August, right now, this is August 1st today, right now is so important in helping you accomplish those goals. And I want to talk to you about how. It doesn't matter if school doesn't start until September, the end of August, mid-August, or tomorrow. It doesn't matter, but you have to start right now to help yourself get the most success possible so that you can catapult your career, so that you can nix your limits and truly accomplish everything you want to accomplish. Okay, it all starts just with the basic principle of preparation. Everything happens twice. Now let me explain that. Everything happens twice, meaning it happens once, obviously, in the execution. You know, if I were to lift up a chair, like that's happening, right? Now, everything also happens once before that. Once before that in your mind. You either picture the action, you prepare it in your mind, you visualize it, something happens in your mind where your body thinks through the method, thinks through moving the muscles, thinks through the execution, and then it happens. Now, for mundane things like taking a drink or, me moving my hands while I'm talking, that happens immediately right before it's actually executed. And those kind of things, that's how it's going to happen. I don't have to think 5 minutes from now I'm going to lift my hand when I talk. Okay, that's not the point. But what the punchline is that for the things that have the biggest impact on your life, the things that have the most influence in your success are the things that the successful people use in that time of preparation and that time of execution. They put as much time in between the two as possible. They think through it, they prepare, and then they are ready to execute. And so that's what's happening right now. It doesn't matter if it's your sophomore year of high school, your senior year of college, your senior year of high school. It doesn't matter where you're at. What matters is how you prepare for it right now so that you can execute it to the fullest. Why not execute to the best of your abilities? Why not be the best that you absolutely can be? There's no reason to waste your time. And because success loves speed, the sooner you develop a habit of excellence, the sooner you're going to be able to execute it every single day, no matter the job, no matter the class, and no matter what circumstance, you're going to be able to be excellent. And it starts right now. So you got to prepare. You got to prepare for this upcoming school year. And so I want to go through 4 different steps. I call it the RISE method to help you prepare for this upcoming school year, to help yourself be ready to execute so that you can have all the benefits that you want. All those goals that you have, I want you to accomplish them. All of those dreams that you see every night, every day, I want those to be reality. But you've got to put in the work. Okay, so first things first. To help yourself prepare for this upcoming school year, you have to recognize. You have to recognize what it is you're about to do and kind of the weight that it has in it. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter what grade you're in or what level of your bachelor's degree or whatever. Okay, but you have to recognize that this is a building block for graduation. It could be your sophomore year of high school and you could say, oh, graduation's forever away. But listen, the reality is if you fail and screw up any of those classes, you're set back. Okay? Or even if the letter grade in some of those classes isn't high enough, you don't qualify or you're not able to get into some of those college classes you want to take while you're still in high school, or just upper level classes in general. Okay, there's impacts for everything you do, especially in school. And so you have to be mindful of it. You have to take advantage of it. So recognize that. Okay, another thing you need to recognize is what are you going to do? What classes are you going to take? How do you feel about those classes? Which ones are going to be pretty easy, you don't have to worry about too much? Which ones are going to be a bit harder just because the content is hard? Which ones are you really interested in? Which ones are you like, yes, this is my class, like I love this subject? It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but it means that you're going to be invested because you either really like the content or you know it's going to help you in your career. You know it's going to help you in your future. So you got to recognize all of those. You got to recognize the teachers. You got to say, okay, what do I know about these teachers? Oh, I know that one's a little hard. I know that one assigns tons of essays. You kind of do a little bit of homework in that way and recognize what you're working with and who you're working with. Okay, you got to recognize your schedule. You got to look at, okay, I've been working over the summer. I want to keep that job while I'm in school. Look at my classes, what times am I taking those, and kind of recognize what your schedule is going to look like during college. Now you're going to not only be working, you're going to be going to class, and you have to study. You got plenty of homework to do. So how are you going to balance all of that? You got to recognize what you're in for. Okay, you have to take a minute to recognize that. And what that does, it helps you at this point recognize where the next point is, where that point is you want to get to. And the fastest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And so if you want that shortest distance, if you want that quickest route, you have to sit back and first recognize before you just run off to the races. Okay, most students don't do that, and that's why they don't see extraordinary results. So if you want extraordinary results, start by recognizing what it is you're about to get into. Okay? The next step is to involve. You've got to involve and identify the people and the resources that are going to help you succeed and accomplish all of those goals that you just recognized you want to have. Okay, so you got to recognize, and you have to involve the people. So the teachers, I want you to commit right now that first day of class, at the end of each class period, you're going to walk up to that new professor, you're going to shake their hand, you're going to introduce yourself, and you're going to say, hey, I just want to let you know I am super excited for this class. This class is going to help me accomplish my goals, and man, I'm ready to go. And so whatever you got for us, I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm going to be one of your top students this year. Let's make this happen. Okay, that's going to take less than 20 seconds for you to say, but the impact is going to be extraordinary. The influence and that first impression that you're going to make on your teacher is going to be incredible. They're going to remember you, I promise you, because students don't do that. Students don't do that. And if you do, you set yourself apart. You set yourself apart, okay? You also need to identify what resources you need. What books do you need to get? What notebooks do you need to get? Are you like a planner person? Do you like keeping track of your daily schedule in a planner? Do you have one? Okay. Do you take tons of notes? Well, do you have notebooks? Do you have pens? Like all of that basic stuff. And I know it's so little. But so many students don't take advantage of the time that they have right now to identify those resources and get them. So get them. Okay. Make your list. Go mow some lawns to get some extra money for them, and get them so that you have the tools you need to succeed. Again, if you're trying to get from this point to this point as fast as you possibly can, it's good to have something with wheels. So have the resources that you need to help yourself get there as fast as possible. Okay, so after you've identified, those resources and those people that are there to help you, you've got to start to put in some strategies for yourself. One of those strategies is, like I already mentioned, to go and introduce yourself to your teacher. Make sure they know who you are. You can participate in every single class, and you should, even if it's a subject that you're not super fresh with, okay? You don't have to be the one and participate by having the right answer every single time there's a question. That's not what I mean. But what I do mean about participating is just engaging in the conversation. Ask questions. If you don't get something, speak up. Ask. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, if your teacher asks for somebody to read something off a screen or from the textbook, volunteer. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be the person that does it every single time, but every class period you need to participate in some way. It helps you have face time with your teacher. It helps them know who you are, and it helps them be able to say, okay, I see this person is engaged. Man, they're doing their part. They are doing their part. So if you ever have to go ask for help later, they're able to think back and say, you know what? I am going to help this person out because I know they're doing their part. I know they're working. I know they're participating in class. I'm going to make this happen for them. Okay, that's just one of so many strategies that you can use as a student to make yourself set up for success. But you've got to commit to these strategies right now. Okay, another strategy is obviously to do your homework. Okay, but committing to when. When are you going to do that? You already recognized what your schedule is going to look like. And so when are you going to do your homework? What other extracurriculars do you have that you're going to be a part of, other responsibilities with work, family, school, sports teams, whatever. Now, when are you going to do your homework? Okay, build in some strategies for yourself. If there are any habits or, routines or anything that you've kind of built over the summer, like maybe you've done a good job about working out, and you don't want that to fall off just because you're going back to school. Well, strategize so how you can make it happen. Maybe that means you got to wake up a little bit earlier. Maybe that means you got to build some time into your evening and cut down on the Netflix time, okay? I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but you have to build in those strategies of when you're going to study, when you're going to work out, when you're going to eat, Okay, if you're in college and your schedule is going to be crazy running around in classes, do you have time to eat? Do you have time to take a break? Okay, you have to build in some of those strategies. You have to build in some of those things that you're going to do because you identify them now so that you're prepared to execute. And then you start executing. Okay, that's the closing step of all of this, is you have to execute. Yes, we can sit back and recognize and kind of visualize how this semester is going to go all day long. We could. I could lead you through that of like, think about what it's going to be like to have that 4.0 at the end of the year. It feels great. But that feeling will only last that moment unless you start executing, unless you start doing something about it. And so all of those ideas of like, man, I'm going to make this year great. You know, every student has those as we go into another year. We have those thoughts. We're so motivated to make things happen. But if you don't translate that motivation into action, what good is it anyway? So you have to execute. And the best thing that you can do to start executing that is to, one, start to recognize. Write things down. I don't care if you never look at it again, but write out your list of what classes you feel are going to be hard, what classes you feel are going to be easy, what classes you're just really excited for. Write out your teacher's names so that you can kind of visualize yourself getting to know them. And then start committing to and start executing in your own way those habits. Okay, if you're worried about introducing yourself to your professor the first day of class, start introducing yourself to random people that you see. Start executing and practicing the habit. When you go and buy a soda at the gas station next, walk up to the person and as they're, ringing you up and that kind of stuff, engage them in a conversation. How are you today? Oh man, I'm good. I'm just headed off to go hang out with my friends, and like you just talk to them. You're already there. You're standing there. So talk to them. Okay. Execute. If you're really worried about managing your time when you get in with class, start managing your time now. Look at your current responsibilities, no matter how open or crammed they may be, and start kind of blocking out your time and start practicing to keep yourself organized and holding yourself to a schedule. Whatever it is, you just got to execute. I can help you come up with ideas. Message me, okay? My email is scott@NIXYOURLIMITS.com. You can reach out to me on Instagram at NIXYOURLIMITS or any other social media platform, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. I'm there. And I can't just give every single example here in this video, but I can if you reach out. If you have some hard times of like, well, what the heck? What am I supposed to do, Scott? How am I supposed to execute? Reach out. I guarantee you we can come up with a plan to help you prepare to catapult your career and to make this year the best year it can possibly be because of today, because of the month of August. So what are you going to do about it? I hope you are ready to execute. I hope you're ready to take action. And I've got loud guys on the freeway over here, but hey, I hope you are ready to make this year the best year so that next year can be the best year, so that the rest of your life can be the best it possibly can be. So get out there and execute. Nix your limits. I'll see you next time.